Hey guys, welcome back to Unfilter'd, the podcast that reminds you daily that everything is a lie, the government is probably spying on us, and reality is just one long fever dream that we cannot wake up from. If you're here, congrats. You're either a fellow skeptic, a bored masochist, or an FBI agent taking notes. Either way, grab your tinfoil hats because we're about to dive headfirst into the absurdity of the world. I'm your host, Midwest Mama. Do you ever Google your symptoms and the first thing it tells you is maybe you should stop drinking so much coffee? Like, seriously, Google? That's your diagnosis? I could be running a fever, have a cough, a rash, and your first suggestion is to pull the plug on my coffee? No, 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 Google. That's not happening. If I gave up coffee, the only symptom I'd be Googling would be how to survive without coffee and not commit a crime. And trust me, the answers are not helpful. I would be shaking, crying, probably trying to negotiate with my plants for their chlorophyll, and my productivity would plummet to zero. No coffee means no personality, no energy, and no chance of getting through the day without trying to crawl back into bed. So, sorry, Google, I'm keeping my coffee. I will not be doing that. I'll just die. Thank you. I've got some obscure holidays for you today, aka proof that time is meaningless. Because why have real holidays when you can have this nonsense? February 3rd was National Carrot Cake Day. This is an important one in our household. It's a holiday for a cake that refuses to commit. Is it a dessert? Is it health food? No one knows. The only thing we do know is that putting raisins in it is a hate crime. Yes, I did say carrot cake is very important in our house. I don't know where she got it, but Lucy has been talking about carrot cake non-fucking stop. So we have carrot cake, and she asks for it about every 5 minutes. Apparently, it's delicious. Carrots, on the other hand, no go. Next up, we've got Create a Vacuum Day. Not the cleaning kind, the science kind. Apparently, we needed a holiday to celebrate empty space, which is ironic considering how much of it is already in Congress. February 6th was Dump Your Significant Jerk Day. Ah, yes, the one day a year where people finally get the courage to break up with their trashy ass partners. If you need a holiday designated for this, you've probably been ignoring red flags so hard they might as well be decorative curtains at this point. February 7th, I believe I covered this in my last episode, National Fart Day. This one is apparently inspired by Benjamin Franklin, because if there's one thing missing from history books, it's the Founding Fathers' thoughts on passing gas. America, where freedom reigns and bodily functions get their own holiday. February 8th, Laugh and Get Rich Day. The joke's on us because the only people getting rich from laughing are the ones selling self-help books. But sure, let's all manifest wealth through chuckles while Jeff Bezos adds another zero to his bank account. And now gather round for a tale that could only come from the annals of the absurd. Picture this: a serene day on a Virginia road takes an unexpected turn when an owl decides to test the aerodynamics of a moving vehicle by lodging itself in the front grille. Yes, you heard that right. An animal control officer, flagged down by a concerned neighbor, found the feathered daredevil stuck in the grille, perhaps reconsidering its life choices. After a delicate extraction, the owl was freed, likely with a newfound respect for traffic laws. But wait, the animal kingdom wasn't done with its antics. In Texas, a cow, perhaps inspired by tales of urban exploration, escaped from a trailer and took a leisurely stroll through busy traffic. Emergency responders were called in to wrangle the bovine wanderer, who seemed utterly unbothered by the honking horns and curious onlookers. One can only imagine the cow's thoughts. Why did the cow cross the road? To prove that it could. And now for a story that's sure to make your guts churn, because who doesn't love a little horror with their morning coffee? Indiana has officially passed House Bill 1044, which introduces alkaline hydrolysis, the newest trend in post-death disposal. What's alkaline hydrolysis, you ask? Oh, just the delightful process of dissolving your loved one in a mix of water, alkaline chemicals, and heat, basically turning them into human soup. Delicious, right? Because nothing screams eco-friendly like turning a human body into a pile of mush. You're saving the planet, one body at a time. And don't forget, 90% less energy than cremation. So environmentally conscious, you'll be the greenest ghost in the afterlife. Now, of course, some people aren't fans of this watery grave. Representative Peggy Mayfield called it creepy. Well, yes, Representative Mayfield, no one's arguing that. But hey, who needs dignity when you can become an eco-friendly broth? At least your bones will still be there, kind of like the souvenir of a really weird science experiment. So if you're looking for a way to make your final moments extra memorable, why not let Indiana dunk you in a chemical bath and call it progress? All right, kids, now brace yourselves as we delve into the latest chapter of Kanye West's Guide to Career Self-Destruction. In a recent social media tirade, Kanye, ever the beacon of wisdom, declared, "I love Hitler," and proudly proclaimed, "I am a Nazi." He even went as far as to rescind any previous apologies for his anti-Semitic remarks, stating he could say whatever he wanted forever. No stopping there. Kanye dismissed anti-Semitism as a fabrication by Jewish people and admitted to not trusting any Jewish individuals, even those he considers friends. He challenged potential repercussions of his statements, such as losing his sneaker deal or having his accounts frozen, vehemently stating he would always speak his mind without editing. And in a move that screams desperate for attention, Kanye took to social media to defend his wife, Bianca Censori, after she graced the Grammys' red carpet in an ensemble that left absolutely nothing to the imagination. Yes, Yi and Bianca decided that the best way to make a fashion statement was to wear a dress so sheer it might as well have been invisible. One might say she should have censoried her outfit. Kanye, ever the supportive husband, praised Bianca for her intelligence, bravery, and beauty, because nothing says smart and brave like bearing it all at a public event. He even boasted about the media attention they garnered, as if shock value is the pinnacle of his artistic achievement. It's almost as if Kanye believes that any publicity is good publicity, even if it involves offensive rants and tasteless displays. But hey, why strive for genuine respect and admiration when you can court controversy and disdain? After all, in the world of Kanye West, there's no such thing as bad press, just opportunities to remind us all why we stopped taking him seriously in the first place. And now for some news. The government wants you distracted. That is obvious. The Pentagon casually admitted to testing alien technology, and nobody cared. That's right. While you were doom scrolling, the US government confirmed they've been playing around with materials that don't come from Earth. But hey, let's focus on whatever celebrity drama is trending instead, right? Of course. The FBI is concerned about online conspiracy theories, aka people noticing things. Apparently, asking questions about government overreach makes you a threat. Good to know. Next time I wonder why our taxes keep disappearing into the void, I'll be sure to whisper it into my microwave so the NSA can hear me more clearly. Now, the World Economic Forum, love them, is openly talking about controlling human behavior. And we're all like, just fine with that? Because nothing says free will like a group of billionaires debating how to manage the useless population. But sure, tell me again how this is just a conspiracy theory. Okay. The IRS has announced that they'll be more aggressive with audits of the poor. Because God forbid they go after billionaires with offshore accounts when they can instead shake down middle-class families who accidentally miscalculated their gas mileage deduction. I really hope Donald Trump does away with fucking income taxes. Of all the insane shit he's doing, can he please do that? Please. The government is now floating the idea of digital IDs for everyone because apparently your phone tracking, facial recognition software, and biometrics were not enough. No worries though. I'm sure they'll only use it for good things and definitely not more control. No, never, never more control. Mm-mm. Let's get into something a little less attention grabbing. This week in history, aka, how did we even survive this long? February 4th, 2004. Oh, Facebook was born. And with it, the slow, agonizing death of meaningful human interaction. February 7th, 1964. The Beatles landed in America. A moment of music history that would change the world forever. Also, the start of the US government tracking musicians because they didn't like the influence they had. If you think that sounds crazy, just Google how the FBI felt about John Lennon. There's a deep dive for you. Fucking rabbit hole if I ever heard one. February 8th, 1983. Oh, here we go again. The US government admitted to secretly experimenting on people. Ever heard of MK Ultra? If not, congrats, you still have some innocence left. Long story short, the CIA literally drugged unknowing citizens just to see what would happen. And we're supposed to believe they stopped doing shady stuff? Yeah, okay. Okay, bud. Yeah, okay. Here's some out of this world news. Grab your space helmets and buckle up because here comes another cosmic threat. And it's totally not the thing we're all supposed to ignore. Enter asteroid 2024 YR4, because apparently the universe wants to give us a reminder that, yeah, we could all be wiped out by a giant rock at any moment, but please don't panic until it's too late. This asteroid is casually barreling towards us, closely, like in the uncomfortable, let's pretend we're not dating, but we're still stalking each other's social media kind of way. Sure, NASA says it's not a threat, but come on, have you ever seen a movie? Maybe they're just trying to downplay it so we don't start hoarding toilet paper and snacks. This asteroid is just hanging out there, observing us like the ultimate uninterested neighbor, waiting for the perfect moment to make its dramatic entrance. And you know what's coming. When it does hit, we'll get the same old speech from the powers that be. It's fine. We've got it under control. Everything's fine. Don't look up. Oh, wait, did that remind you of a certain Netflix movie? Yes, I'm talking about Don't Look Up, the film where everyone was too busy with their political drama, TikTok trends, and whatever Kardashian drama was trending at the time to notice the giant asteroid about to obliterate Earth. Doesn't it feel just like 2025? It's like we're all living in a real-life Don't Look Up sequel, except this time the asteroid's real and it might have an Instagram page by the time it hits. Let's face it, folks, we're probably all too busy figuring out who the next villain is in the real world, looking at you, Kanye, to notice the giant cosmic threat that could be crashing our planet. But hey, at least we'll be mildly surprised when we see the headlines, because nothing says, we were paying attention, like a last-minute freakout, right? So here's the plan. While NASA tells us to chill, go ahead and check your TikTok. Don't look up, just keep scrolling. After all, who needs a survival plan when you've got cat videos to distract you? If we're all gonna go, at least we'll go out entertained. Okay, everyone, grab your phones, because if you've gotten a text recently claiming you owe money for some unpaid tolls, you're not alone. You're not just being scammed, you're getting phished. The FBI's been sending out warnings about these shady texts, and apparently they're spreading faster than a cat video on TikTok. The scam goes like this. You get a message telling you that you owe a toll that you didn't even know existed, with a link to pay it immediately. That link, it's not going to pay off your toll. It's just going to steal your personal info and leave you with a digital headache that can only be fixed by changing every single password you've ever had and blocking half of the internet. So here's a fun tip from the FBI. Delete it. Delete the text, ignore the link, and keep your bank account as far away from that nonsense as possible. Because in 2025, it's apparently not enough to worry about gas prices, global warming, and whether or not we're all going to be wiped out by asteroids. Now we have to fend off digital highway robbers too. Just another day in paradise, right? And with tax season coming up, brace yourselves. Scammers love to get creative around this time, so watch out for even more of these fraudulent texts trying to steal your cash. Keep your eyes peeled, people. Okay, guys, I got one more story for you. It's Mark Zuckerberg, fresh off his latest attempt to turn us all into digital drones, telling us that smart glasses will soon replace our phones. That's right, no more staring at your phone while pretending to listen to your friend rant about their yoga class. Instead, you can stare at your glasses while pretending to listen. Brilliant, right? Apparently, the future of humanity is now just a pair of specs away. I mean, forget the fact that we're already living in a world where we're glued to our fucking phones. Now we're going to have our entire lives streamed into our eyeballs 24 hours a day. Because why have privacy when you could have convenience? Am I right? And let me just say, I had this idea way before it was even a thing. Mark, take notes, bud. I was predicting we'd all be walking around like cyborgs, having every second of our existence recorded and uploaded before you were even dreaming of turning us all into living, breathing TikTok content machines. But hey, now that Mark's finally catching up to my visionary genius, we can all look forward to just one more step towards turning humans into glorified AI. Next, Zuck will be telling us that we're all going to upload our brains to the metaverse and call it progress. God forbid we actually interact with the world around us, right? So get ready, guys. Your new phone might just be attached to your face in the form of smart glasses. But don't worry, you're still free. You're just a free range data point now. Welcome to the future. Final thoughts. Trust no one and question everything. If you take nothing else from this episode, take this. The government knows more than they're telling us. Shocking, I know. Billionaires are deciding your future while you argue over Netflix shows. Your phone is always listening. Try saying cat food 3 times and watch the ads roll in. I'm sure that's going to be on my phone now. Thank you very much. Well, that's it for the episode today. If you enjoyed this, share it before it mysteriously disappears from the internet. And if you didn't, well, you're probably on a watch list just for listening this far. Watch to support my Unfiltered podcast and help me keep yelling into the void. Follow me on social media at MidwestMama4208, where I post even more government rants and unhinged nonsense. And if you really want to help me expose the madness, check out my Unfiltered podcast on Indiegogo and throw a few bucks at the cause, because free speech ain't free, but censorship sure is profitable. Stay suspicious, stay chaotic, and I'll catch you next time. Love you, bye!